Woof.
Hello, CQ. Hello, CQ. CQ, the Old Friends Net. Time for the Sunday edition of the Old Friends Get Together. Your net control today is W4MEC. The Old Friends Net meets 3 times a week. Sundays at 4 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m. Frequency is always the same, 3715, plus or minus vintage gear. Old Friends Net carry out in amplitude modulation mode only, and while we're centered on vintage gear, anybody that can generate an AM signal is welcome to join. It's also a roundtable style net. I'll take check-ins throughout the net and get you a spot at the table. And let's see what else. Great place to sell gear or looking for something you might need or information on how to fix something. It's here. So for those wishing to participate today, please give W4MEC comment.
Good afternoon, Charlie. WA4LLR.
N4LQ.
WS2LQ.
KZ4 Bravo.
K1VVC.
November 4 Alpha Kilo.
N4IYQ.
WB4NKL.
K3OS.
KF4DRN.
WB4ARK. K4JAL.
WA4FJQ.
Last carrier, I heard the clunky part, so I know your audio is working. Didn't hear anything. So far we got Dave, WA4LLR, Steve, N4LQ, Mirror, WF2U, Mark, KG4IUQ, John, KZ4B, other John, K1VVC, without the H, Glenn, N4AK, Chuck, N4IYQ, Cliff, WB4NKL, Gary, K3OS, Greg, KF4DRN, Buddy, WB4ARK, Jimmy, K4JAL, and Tom, WA4FJQ. Who else would like to join us? I hope I went to receive in time there. I think it was in front of my plate switch. Okay. Okay, here's the order. LLR, LQ, 2U, IUQ, 4 Bravo, VVC, AK, IYQ, NKL, OS, DRN, ARK, JAL, and FJQ. All right. Good afternoon, fellas. Glad you all can make it. Pretty good crowd here on a Sunday afternoon. We got 26 degrees here and over clear skies, clear over skies. It's interesting. I got waked up last night about 3 in the morning, walked out here and looked at the temperature. It's 43. So it's a little chilly. It's about almost 20 degrees chillier here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's supposed to get colder tonight. So let's get started with this zoo and see what's going on. Dave, take it away. WA4LLR, the group, W4MEC.
All right, Charlie, fine business. W4MEC. And the net, WA4LLR. Well, good afternoon to everybody. We've got 19 degrees and wind. Clear skies, but it's cold and windy. Supposed to get down to single digits tonight. We'll see. But hopefully things start looking up tomorrow, and it looks like a couple of weeks of pretty good weather. And with my apologies to anyone who wanted a white Christmas, I'll take sunshine. Anyway, everybody sounds good. No problems copying anyone. Running the Babcock, the SB220, and the HQ180. So, Steve, what's the temperature down in Shelby? N4LQ, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, N4LQ. Interesting. I see my transmitter is looking funny on the scope, but I hope it sounds okay. Yeah, I'm running the DX100B. I put the new resistor in, and everything seems to be copacetic. And we're putting out about 100 watts on the DX100B, 75A4 receiver, and it's 34 degrees, and it's going down to 14 here in Shelby, so I guess it's a warm spot compared to some of you guys. So there goes the dog barking. Over to you, Mayor, WF2U, N4LQ.
Roger, N4LQ and the net. This is WF2U. Good afternoon, everybody. And it's 31 degrees here. I just fell below 32 just the last hour, but it's nice and sunny. And we had pretty bad winds here in the morning. We had some gusts up to, let's see, we had gusts up to 20 miles an hour. But then the wind quieted down. I guess that was the first sign that the front is coming in from the north, because we got northerly winds. Oh yeah, I'm just looking at my digital weather station here, and today's peak was 23 miles an hour. So that's the story, and otherwise it's very deceiving to look out at the sun all over and nice and bright, and then you step out, it tells you differently. So running the ASU station, putting out about 320 watts peak, and driving the 80-meter infit half wave. So signals are pretty good. The bend is quiet. So Mark, KG4IUQ, this is WF2U.
Thank you very much, Mayor. This is Mark, KG4IUQ. It's a bit cold out here at the house. It's about 35 degrees. I'm running the night kit T150 with a Hammerland HQ110. I'm using DDS VFO control. I'm using a half-wave dipole. And my power is about 16 watts carrier. Peak of somewhere like 90 or 100 watts. I'll turn it over now to KZ4 Bravo. John, this is KG4IU.
Okay, fine, Mark. KG4IUQ and the group KZ4 Bravo. Your T150 sounds very good, and it has the typical carrier shift, but I'm having no trouble at all. It just sounds great. But now I'm biased too, so I'm totally guilty of that. And like everybody else, it's frozen here. It's about 39 degrees, I think. And I've got everything. I have a heat pump and a bunch of electric heat. I have propane heat, but it's a lot of aggravation to get it going, so I think I'm going to spend about $1,000 and heat my house the next day or two electrically. And maybe maybe I won't go bankrupt paying the electric bill. But it is chilly outside and the wind is howling. It's like one of those scary horror movies. You can hear it just whistling. And my wife and Chihuahua are snuggled together nicely. She gets the dog when it's cold, and that's totally unfair. And I rarely get her, so that's just the way it goes. John, take it away. K1VVC in the group, KZ4B over.
Very good. KZ4B in the group. K1VVC. And everyone's come through fine today. Steve, the DX100B sounds terrific. A really, really strong. Sounds good here. I don't care what it looks like on your scope there, but it does sound good. So keep it up. And just been a nice, quiet weekend. I've got actually, my wife's been away visiting around New York, and she's coming in on the last flight to GSP today, which gets in at midnight, so it's going to be really cold when I go to the airport. Oh well. Glenn, how are you doing? N4AK, K1VVC.
Okay, John, K1VVC in the group. November 4 Alpha Kilo, Sunset, South Carolina, where it's 41 degrees right now, sunny, and by midnight it says we're going to be down to about 29 or less. Something like it may be your birthday tomorrow. You might confirm that. So I guess you're on Social Security by now. 10-meter contest was this weekend. There was a good bit of activity on. Band was open to the U.S. and Europe yesterday. I played on it a little while. And I guess it's ended by now. I'm not sure what time. I'm running about 110 watts this afternoon to my FTDX10. Antique is SB200. In-fed antenna. And I'm copying everybody just fine. So, Chuck, over to you. N4IYQ, November 4 Alpha Kilo.
Okay, Glenn, N4AK and the old friends, N4IYQ. Well, it's very windy here, about 15-mile-an-hour winds with 22 degrees, about a 4 wind chill. We've had gusts about high 23 here. Looks like going to be down to about 12 degrees in the morning. I just hope the wind goes away, but a little bit warmer as the week goes on. And hearing everybody, copying everybody good audio, good signals. Don't have a signal strength meter on this PMR8, although I've got a little meter over here in the box that NKL built with the speaker, and it gives me a relative S meter, but just can't give no S units. On down to my neighbor, WB4 NKL down the way, N4IYQ.
Yeah, N4 IYQ, it's WB4 NKL. Good evening, afternoon, I guess, to everybody. I got 23 degrees. I'm a degree warmer than you, Chuck, and windy. And Weather Underground says it's going down to 8 tonight. Let's see, running a Ranger today. It's one I had laid back and never had done anything to, so I drug it out and put some fresh capacitors in it, and I pushed the talk circuit. Looks like I'm running about 40 watts out to the antenna, so we might give some reports on the audio. It's the first time I've had a QSO on it. Everybody's coming in pretty good, so maybe it's a good day to run 40 watts. Go ahead, Gary. K3OS, WB4NKL.
All right, Cliff, WB4NKL, K3OS. Well, let me tell you that it sounds really good. But I don't think there's going to be a bad report from anybody around here on the way the Ranger sounds. Really nice. actually probably one of the better rangers I think I've ever heard. Anyway, good afternoon to you and everybody else. From Hickory, let's see, what is it? Let me tell you what it is here. It's 30 at the moment. Just dropped a little bit. I think we're going down to about 16. I was out walking with the XYL earlier today, and it was breezy. Let me tell you, man, it was crisp. And I have a little garden ornament, you know, one of these things that's got that whirls around, and I'm looking at it right now, and it's blowing in the breeze. So we're gonna hunker down tonight, that's for sure. Although I have to get up early in the morning and head down for a routine osteoporosis shot. Anyway, osteoporosis shot. Anyway, so I've got to report a little story here today. I had to get a new battery for my generator. I've got a little SWR here. I've got a Generac generator. I apologize here. I'm just gonna. All right, it's good enough. Anyway, I've got a little a Generac generator for the house, and battery died on. Okay, 5.5 years. Well, more can you ask for a flooded cell? So I bought one from Walmart. It was pretty reasonable, like $77 or whatever it was. It's a Group 26 battery. And I went down to pick it up. Went to a local store here. They had it in stock. I went to pick it up today. Got it. And of course, there was a core charge, for the old batteries. Well, I had the whole battery with me, and they had an automotive department, so the core charge was $12. So I went around and I brought the battery in, and I said, yeah, okay, we'll process that and give you a gift card. And he hands me a gift card for $21 when the core charge was $12. He says, yeah, well, Walmart does this thing when you purchase it online. He says they give you extra on the core. So basically I got a $10 discount on the battery by just bringing back the old bad one. I can't figure that out, what the incentive is. One of you guys in business will have to explain why they're pushing their online business over their in-store business like that. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Greg, KF4BRN, K3OS. Go ahead.
K3OS, KF4DRN. Good afternoon, everybody. Shows to be 18 degrees here in Newmarket right now. I stepped out a while ago, and I do have a thermometer out there now outside. I put that on today, and I've been working on the station a little bit and doing a little bit of repairing, tinkering around mostly. And I found a good way to eliminate the dial key relay altogether. I'm running 2 antennas with the other rig, the Harvey Wells, and of course I'm on the Yazoo right now. I'm just running like, let's see, shows about 40 watts really, but anyway, good resonant antenna right here on this frequency, and been working on the station anyway. I'll pass it on around, let's see, straighten it out there, Charlie. I got mixed up on who's to take it next. You straighten her out. KF4 DRN.
Yeah, goes to Buddy. Take it away.
W4MEC, Kilo Bravo 4 Alpha Romeo Kilo. No, Whiskey Bravo 4. Sorry about that, folks. Anyhow, Glenn, did you say something about my birthday? I must have misunderstood what you said, because mine was in May the 13th. Well, anyway, it's 40 degrees here, and it's been clear all day, windy, and going down to 16 tonight, they say. Now, that's tongue-in-cheek, so with Dave having a low already close to that, I would think that we might be getting a little bit colder. So we'll see. Cliff, your unit sounds good. A little bit weak, but it sounds good. Audio sounds good. So you're doing real good today. And we're using the ART-13 again today. So anyhow, over to K4JAL, WB4ARK.
WD4ARK, K4JAL. Well, yep. It's a cold day. It's 19 here, as Dave said, and it's going down to 8 tonight, they say. I went over to the hideout a while ago and cracked the taps in the little house and up in the shack, and I keep the heat down because I'm not over there. But I did get my antenna straightened up over there this last week. They died out on me, had some bad jumpers, but I got that straightened up and ran all the rigs. I figured I'd come on home and be over here for this net. That way I don't have to go out anymore. I'm on the ART-13, of course, and the, what is this thing? A Drake. I'm on a Drake 2A. My mind slips, and I think I'm getting out pretty good, which is a good, this rig is reliable. That's why I like to be on it. So I'll pass it on to Tom, WA4FJQ, K4JAL.
K4JAL, WA4FJQ. Okay, thanks, Jimmy. This is Tom in High Point. Little problems in receiving some of the stations, dropping down from about S7 to noise level. But I guess Buddy wins the Cupid Alts and some last on the list here. At any rate, the rig is the AF68, BMR8 receiving, and the Centurion amp putting out, I don't know, around 200 carrier and I guess 800 peaks. It's cold here. I don't know how cold. I'm sitting in the shack and I don't have a thermometer around, but all you have to do is walk outside and yeah, it's plenty cold. I guess overall, down at the bottom of the list here, Buddy, you win the strongest signal in High Point, but there's a lot of QSB, and most of the signals are coming in pretty strong and then drop down to noise. So I guess I'll turn it back up to Charlie, and we'll go another round here. W4MEC, this is WA4FJQ.
Okay, Tom, WA4FJQ in group W4MEC. Do we have any others that would like to join us? Come now. Well, there was a station up the band saying anybody copy, but he was a little bit up frequency there, so maybe he was not participating. Alrighty. Good round, fellas. Everybody's booming in here. No problems whatsoever. And what else we got here? Talking about the wind, I went over to Harbor Freight, Home Depot this morning to return those LED lights I bought. And I told a story about all I did was lit up one. I took one batch out of the box and plugged them in. Wife said absolutely not. So I put them back in the box and took them back this morning, and the lady there at the return desk said, yeah, we get a lot of those back. I can't stand them either. So I guess that's the reason that every single multicolor light set incandescent was gone everywhere. So apparently nobody likes them. My son says they're improving them. They have a soft white LED light now, and the thing is, the problem with them is the LED lights, they light up with the color of the LED, and the newer ones are a soft white, and they put them in a colored lens just like an incandescent, and they look a lot better, but they cost like $33 for a string of them, so that ain't gonna happen. So anyway, and the wind, you talk about the wind, you know, the flag on the top of the Home Depot was, if you had painted an American flag on a 4x8 sheet of plywood and hung it from that flagpole, that's exactly what it looked like. It was just flat, and it was blowing so hard the tail end of it was barely flipping, you know. It was just out there, dead straight in the wind. and blowing so hard it was bending the flagpole. So I thought it was going to rip off of there. And but it was still there when I got out of the store. So must be a good pole and a good rope. But it was out there big time. So anyway. And we're in the house staying warm, running in Heathkit tribes here, the Apache and the Mohawk, and still using the same antenna, the infed half wave. And everything is still percolating along here. So if I ever get some of my middle cert back in the house, I could run something else here, but out of room. All right, let's go back to Dave, WA4LLR, and the group W4MEC.
Charlie, can I take it for a minute? The station WB3 BRN, I think, was asking if you could join in the group.
Well, he was in the group. He was after Gary and before Buddy.
No, not the DRN. It was the WB3. I think it sounded like BRN. Go ahead.
Blake, I heard WB3 AKC. Alpha Kilo Charlie.
You're probably right, John.
Well, is that the guy up the band? Go ahead and ID yourself.
Charlie, I'll copy. Whiskey 4, Mike Echo Charlie, WB3 AKC. Sorry about not bringing a boat anchor. I don't have a transmitter right now. I'm just using an IC 706. Over. Name is Jack, Juliet Alpha Charlie Kilo, and I am in Alexis, North Carolina, right between Charlotte and Lincolnton.
Times a week, so you're just checking in on the tail end of the net. So I'm going to include you in the list here. And if you hang around, you'll be after Tom, the Whiskey Alpha 4, Foxtrot Juliet, Quebec, and on the next go-round, and go ahead, and when he's done, just pick it up and then turn it back to me. But we'll get started back around here on the front end here. WA4LLR in the group, W4MEC.
Okay, Charlie, W4MEC. And the group, WA4LR. Jack, good afternoon to you. My name's Dave. I'm in Burnsville, North Carolina, about 40 miles northeast of Asheville, and you're coming in quite well with your 706 up here. Let's see. In fact, copying everybody just fine. The DX100 sounds good. Mirrors, Jesus are always just top shelf. And Mark, the 40 watts, or the, how many watts did you say? Not many out of the T150, but it's coming in well. And John, you say your wife gets the dog in cold weather. Well, you know, the cure for that is to get another dog. Oh, man, it may be a 3-dog night before it's over. Anyway, John, sounds like your wife's coming in kind of late. I think you said midnight or midnight 30, somewhere in there. I hope that goes well. Glenn sounding good, and Chuck the LMAC always sounds great, and Cliff the Ranger has some really nice audio. Gary, hope the shot goes well tomorrow. I never look forward to those. And Greg, the Yaesu is doing a good job up here with 40 watts. And of course the ART-13s are sounding good, and the AF-68s are sounding good. Tom, I think you've got the Cupid off for the loudest audio. It just blasts in up here. It does really good. Let's see. Not a whole lot going on. Just trying to get prepared for the for the cold, and I'm making sure the water is going to be running, and all the hatches are battened down. So I'm glad it's short-lived. Let's see. Space weather. Pretty calm. Sunspot count 76. Solar flux index is 122. And the K is 1.33. So pretty calm all the way around. A few things from this day in history. On this day in 1911, Amundsen became the first explorer to reach the South Pole. On this day in 1542, Mary Stuart became the Queen of Scotland at 6 days old. That's interesting. On this day in 1799, George Washington passed away. On this day in 1900, Max Planck published his groundbreaking study of the effect of radiation on a black body substance, which gave birth to quantum theory. Also on this day in 1939, the USSR was expelled from the League of Nations. On this day in 2012, the Sandy Hook school shooting took place. 20 children, 6 adults passed away. That's a few things from this day in history. So, Steve, back down to you. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
Fantastic. WA4LLR. N4LQ. Now, signals are all beautiful over here. And everybody's just pounding in. Nice audio. Let's see. Yeah, Gary gave a glowing report on the Ranger, which Cliff is running, and I would concur. It sounds very good. Usually Rangers are a little fuzzy, but that sounds excellent. Has got me wanting to go down and get my Ranger and bring it up. It's a little cool down there in the basement, or I'd just go down there and operate. Well, let's see. Santa Claus blew down again, back behind us here. The 40-foot inflatable, super tacky looking Santa Claus. This morning when I got up, he was laying at a 45-degree angle towards the cars out front, and then he finally keeled over and laid on top of the cars. And when we got back from lunch, he had totally deflated and had succumbed to a flat position on the ground, which is just fine with me. It's the wind, I think. Those things have a tremendous amount of wind resistance, and I think if they just turn it loose, it'd probably leave Shelby, and that would be okay too. Well, let's see. Jack and Alexis, good to hear you, buddy. I know who you are, and this is Steve over here. You've been over here to my shack before, and you picked up a little antenna from me, I believe, some kind of a hustler of some sort or a high gain. But I wonder how your new location is doing. I looked you up on QRZ, and it shows you on the map in down in Florida. It says you're 454 miles from me. When in reality, you're probably only about 15 miles away at the most, or maybe not even that much. It's just impossible to get there from here. It's a long drive. Anyway, let's see, what else? John, thank you for the audio report. I guess it's okay. It's just what I look like on the scope here on the SDR. Doesn't look like it on her, but that's probably just the SDR reacting to the ultra powerful signal being fed into it. I did a modification to the 75A4, and I am really happy with it. And everybody has fussed and fumed about the AGC being too slow to react for sideband and CW. And I came up with this idea that was pretty simple. And it's got a 6AL5 AGC rectifier, and the other half of that 6AL5 acts as a AGC noise limiter. I had never heard of a noise limiter anywhere else in the world that's just for the AGC. Now, it's got another 6AL5 for just the regular noise limiter, but this is just for the AGC, and it's designed to delay the reaction in case there's sharp pulses from like electric fences or something. But anyway, that's part of the problem. The AGC just doesn't react quick enough, and so you end up with thumpy sounding sideband and CW. And so what I did was just pull that tube out and put in a Schottky diode for the AGC detector, and I just did it from the top. I just stuck the diode basically into the tube socket, and lo and behold, man, it sounds like a new radio. So pretty happy with that little modification. Over to Mir, WF2U, N4LQ.
Yeah, very good, Steve. N4LQ on the net. This is WF2U, and welcome here, Jack, WB3 AKC, I believe. And all signals are pretty good. The whole range of between S8, which is the lowest signal, to about 10 over 9, and the whole range. And I'm not even complaining about the S8 signals because the noise level is so low. It's really academic. Everybody is just the proverbial armchair copy, and everybody sounds good. Nothing, didn't do much this week radio-wise. I was still working on cleaning the mess from last year's famous Helene, and we're just about finished with this. And it's actually not bad that we're getting this little chill, because we're just enjoying hanging out and relaxing a couple of days without going out and picking up branches and chopping things and chainsawing things. We still have actually a couple of dead trees that we have to cut out before they break and fall on the fence. But that's no problem. We'll do it next week. And I have a few radio projects here that will take my time after that. And reorganizing to set up at least a couple of more transmitter-receiver combos that I'll have a choice of other stations to get on the net. So I'll have time for that a little bit during the winter. So let's see. Yeah, today I also installed some of those dense foam cup-looking things, which are the frost shields over outdoor faucets. The old ones were pretty ratty, so I get a bunch of new ones and install those, ready for the frost tonight. And I'm all ready. Luckily, we have no snow or ice storms in the horizon, because even my generator is ready. I did a test run again, make sure that everything is working, and I have gas, so even that is ready in case. Another nice thing, finally we got into the 21st century in this area, and they put in the fiber optic infrastructure for internet, and yesterday I got the fiber optic in the house. They had to run it up the 1/3 of a mile long driveway, but it's not buried yet. Somebody next week is coming to make a little bit of a little ditch to put it underground. But it's working, and my internet connection is about 10 times as fast as I had it through Verizon Wireless, which was the fastest option for me until now. So that's all the news that's fit to tell and not put in print. So with that, Mark, it's yours. KG4IUQ and the group. WF to you.
Thank you very much, Mayor. This is KG4IUQ. Well, at first I was getting some kind of audio problem here that I believe was QSB, but now it seems to have gone away. Charlie, MEC, you're sounding good here. Dave, LLR, you sound good. You asked me about the power. Power is about 16 watts carrier, and about, I think it's 90 watts on the peak, but Steve, seems like he said that it was maybe peaking at 110 when I had this T150 at his place a few weeks ago. Might be wrong about that, but you're sounding good. And Steve, N4LQ, Steve says that the 40-foot Santa is leaning over and even laying on the ground, and he is glad about that because of the awkward-looking artificial Santa Claus. I believe he don't want to see it or something, which I can understand. And I guess the modification of the 75A4 is going well. I guess you like that receiver. John, KZ4 Bravo, you're sounding good. K1VVC, you sound good here, and I have arranged that me and my wife will be able to attend the January the 1st luncheon. You and I were talking about that, and I believe we're going to be there. Certainly we are. And Glenn, N4AK, sounding good here. N4IYQ, you're sounding good. Cliff, NKL, on the Ranger, you sound fine. Gary, K3OS, you sound good. Greg, DRN, somewhat light, but I do copy you. Buddy, WB4ARK, you know, just, I don't know, maybe all the QSB stopped there, but I didn't hear anything. You had that typical good audio, good signal here, buddy. Very good. And Jimmy, K4JAL on the ART-13 with the Drake 2A, sounding great here. And Tom, FKQ on the AF68, sound good. And WB3HJC with the ICOM 706, named Jack. I copy you. A little bit light maybe, but I do copy you. You say that you're in Alexis, North Carolina. Everybody's talking about it being cold, and I guess I better get ready for it, because it seems like that's what's going to happen. I'll turn it over now to John, KZ4 Bravo. This is KG4IUQ.
Okay, KG4IUQ and the group KZ4B, fine business. Good copy from you, Mark, as usual. Jack, I don't know where Alexis is. Steve was talking like it was real close to him, but you are booming in here with 25 watts. I'm about 2 miles west of exit 33 of I-77 north, about 7 miles west of Mooresville downtown, and on the shore of Lake Norman. And so I'd like to know exactly where Alexis is, because you are really coming in. It really surprised me. I was surprised that Charlie had trouble copying you, but he's not near as close, I'm sure, as you are. Shifting gears, Steve, I finally, first of all, your DX100 sounds great. It's got extremely robust but clear audio. Real winner there. And no carrier shift at all, but it doesn't need any. It's just it seems like if you can get to 100 watts, an honest 100 watts of carrier, then anything after that is gravy. It's just typically unnecessary. But anyway, sounds good. And I also, one other thing, we've talked several times about lift tables. Well, I finally broke down and bought a lift table from Harbor Freight, and I bought the 1,000-pound one because it was only $80 more than the 500-pounder, and it was like I think 330 versus 250 plus tax. And I thought, this sucker, I don't know what I haven't opened the box yet, but I don't know what it weighs. But I've got a pneumatic wheeled hand truck, and when I put it on there, one wheel held, one inner tube tire held up, and the other one basically blew. And so it is insanely heavy. So I may have messed myself up there, in that I've got to push it. But the lift of the 1,000-pounder was 34 1/4 inches versus about 25 inches, which is a very serious improvement. So, and the lowest height is about the same. So, but anyway, I need something to help me handle all this heavy stuff, because I have definitely, instead of turning into a 90-pound weakling, I think I've turned into a 50-pound weakling. So I need all the help I can get. And let's see, if I don't comment on any. Jack, be sure and tell me if you have any idea, if you know anything about the Mooresville area, how far apart we are, because very impressive signal strength. So, on that note, I will send it over to John, and K1 VVC in the group KZ4B over.
KZ4B, K1 VVC. Well, it seems, John, like you're planning to be moving a pretty hefty transmitter around soon. Just be careful. It's pretty impressive, 1,000-pound lift table. Sounds very good. I forgot to mention, today I'm running the Johnson Viking Valiant, about 100 watts carrier, and receiving on the Hamlin Pro 310 receiver. And between rounds, my wife called me and said they delayed the flight, so the one that's supposed to get in at midnight tonight, she had to cancel that, coming on one tomorrow morning, so I don't have to be at the airport at midnight. So that's another reason I don't go in airplanes ever. Oh, well, Glenn, over to you, N4AK, K1VVC.
Okay, John, K1VVC and 4AK. I think they got a lot of snow up in the northeast, and the delays, a lot of them are caused by having to de-ice the planes. Takes about 20 or 30 minutes, but of course it builds up time, I guess. Sorry to hear about the shooting up at Brown University. I think they've caught a suspect. And in Australia, I hadn't heard if they've caught that fella, but it's crazy here at the Christmas season for these things to occur. There's some QSB, QSB occurring on the frequency now, but I'm still copying everybody. Would like to welcome Jack in Alexis, North Carolina, WB3AKC. The handle here is Glenn, Golf Lima Echo November, November. And we're located near Pickens, South Carolina, to give you an idea where we are. And amazing about the weather, the temperature is beginning to drop. A couple of degrees already down to about 39 degrees so far. But absolutely no wind here. And I think the wind's supposed to bring in the cold weather, but essentially there's no wind blowing here yet, just a slight breeze. So, moving on around. Chuck, to you, N4IYQ, N4AK.
Okay, N4AK and the old friends, N4IYQ. Well, glad everybody's protected from the cold and ready for the cold, sounds like, and hope it doesn't last too long. I was kind of hoping that my phone didn't ring and Cliff say, let's go walk, because, you know, he walks in all weather, although it may be a little brisk for him today. And John, you talked about the wife got the Chihuahua. I've got a little old, about 47 pounds. She's bird dog and hound and whatever's awful good, but we decided to get another dog here about 4 months ago. The wife said she wanted one a little smaller, and she kept talking about she'd found one, and she kept saying, well, he's a little bit bigger than what I'd planned on. And so we loaded up the next day to take our dog over to do the meet and greet, and they brought him out, and I was kind of speechless. He was 10 months old, weighed 89 pounds. I think he's probably 105 now, so you're welcome to him, because when he gets into bed, there is no moving, and he will keep you warm. He puts some heat off. Jack, good to make your acquaintance, WB3AKC over in Alexis, North Carolina. I looked at the map to see where you were between Lincoln and Belmont. Hope you come back and join us. Hey, I need to make this my last one, and it's getting a little short on time anyway. Certainly good to hear everybody. Hope everybody has a good week. Stay bundled up and protect your cold water faucets, as somebody already mentioned, I think maybe Mir. So I'm down to you, neighbor. WB4NKL, N4IYQ. Good afternoon, guys.
N4IYQ, it's WB4NKL. Okay, Chuck. I walked in the basement today on the treadmill. One of the few times I do that, but I don't enjoy it as much as I do getting out in the outside air. But it was a little chilly this morning. Hello to Jack. Jack, you know me, I'm Cliff, WB4NKL in Limestone, Tennessee, and we've done a lot of trading at the Hamfest over the years. So good to have you on here. And let's see, we moved into the 21st century. We got salesmen come by with the power company's fiber optic, and I signed up for it. I'm supposed to install it this coming week. So, looking forward to some high-speed internet. We've had DSL on the phone line, and a neighbor had that, and he had trouble here a while back, and when he called about it, they said they didn't service copper anymore, so I figured the writing was on the wall as far as my DSL, so I went ahead and signed up for the power company fiber optic. And it's local people keeping it going, so that helps out too. Not too much else here. It's 50 degrees here in the shack. I got my battery operated coat on, but my nose is getting cold. But I'll hang in here to the last, enjoying it today. Go ahead, Gary. K3OS WB4NKL.
Yeah, okay, Cliff. WB4NKL K3OS. Yeah, did a little retuning on the antenna here. Not sure it helped. Not sure it hurt anything. I see the reflected power going up as well here. That's a problem with the twin meters. Anyway, Afternoon to you, Jack. My name is Gary. You're in and out a little bit, but I'm copying you. I'm in Hickory, kind of over here on the western part in the foothills. I'm going to make this my last one, too, guys. By the way, I'm running the typical Gonset twins here this afternoon with about 40 watts, it looks like, somewhere close to that. Enjoyed the conversation and what everybody has going around here. Everybody stay pretty warm tonight. I think it should be all right. I'm just not going to go out and watch my electric meter spin around. Although those are the days. I got a digital meter on my house like most of you guys probably do. The old days, man. But a little gadget that used to whir around. Do you remember some of the guys who used to drill a hole and drag that wheel from spinning too fast? With that, I'll say 73s and wish you all a good week. KF4 BRN. Go ahead, Greg. K3OS.
K3OS, KF4 DRN. Well, most everybody's sounding good on my end today. Good group in here. Really good net there. I'm glad to be in here. I've been working on the Harvey Wells and trying to get it set up, and I'm going to get this BFO for it, and that way I'll have enough drive. I got to be sure I got enough drive, you know. Signal generator's not going to work too well. I found that out Friday morning when I was trying to check in, but anyway, I've had a little bit of technical difficulty. I think I got it all straightened out now. And I'm not even using the Dow key relay either. I've got it rigged up. With two antennas, there's no danger in transmitting into the receiver. And it mutes it okay, so it's working okay so far, knock on wood. Anyway, here it comes, buddy. WB4ARK, KF4DRN.
KF4DRN, WB4ARK, okay. Very good copy on your signal today. Seems like the cold weather's doing marvelous on most everybody's signal. Everybody's got a strong signal today. So, didn't hear anything from Glenn about the birthday issue, so I guess it wasn't mine. Anyhow, I'm going to say 73 and go watch the Panthers game. If they win, we got some good upcoming. So, over to K4JAL, and thanks very much for calling the net. I appreciate it. WB4, K4JAL, WB4ARK.
WB4ARK, K4JAL. Well, bye, buddy. Have a good one. Yeah, it was you that Glenn was talking about a birthday, but he had it wrong. And that's about all I know. And it's almost 5, so I will retire and see what Helen's cooking for supper. Everybody have a good tomorrow. Hope nobody freezes. WA4FJQ, K4JAL, 73.
K4JAL, WA4FJQ. Okay, thanks, Jimmy. Well, I'm copying everybody okay, but I think I need a new antenna. I've been thinking about putting up an 80-meter loop and getting rid of this inverted V in-fed half wave. I just think I'm maybe picking up a lot of static, and I need to run I've got a common mode choke that's got a static lug on it, and I was too lazy to hook it up, but I think I'm going to try that next, and if that doesn't work, it'll be time for a new antenna, I believe. At any rate, thanks, Charlie, for calling the net, and I'll turn it down to Jack. By the way, this is Tom Jack in High Point. So WB3 AKC, this is WA4FJQ, 73s.
3AKC to the group, and it got pretty noisy over here. The QR Nancy is high. As
far as where I am, I live just over to the west of Denver. If I go through if I drive into Denver and go up 16, I can hit 250 to go to Mooresville. So I'm pretty close to Mooresville, probably a 25-mile drive. And as Steve said, I do know several of you gentlemen from the Hamfest. You've mentioned getting on the net here. I actually got an R390 that I was listening to you guys on last week, and I got a couple Heath kits around here, DX35 and a DX40 that need a little bit of TLC to get them running. And other than that, I'm fooling with a couple wire antennas here. I got a G5 RV, and I've got an NFED, and they're really not, they're installed more, how should I say, temporary. So I haven't been real happy with the performance, but I'm using that NFED right now. I was hoping it would work with the internal tuners and the other radio I have, but doesn't work with it, so I got a little old Dentron Junior, and that's what I'm using over here today.
It's kind of abrupt. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, fellas, it's after 5, and most of the folks are still here. I don't know if we want to do a 73 round or not. It'll probably go to 5:30. So I'm going to go ahead and shut her down, and y'all can interpersonal relate there. And if I'm cutting it off too short, remind you that 1864 tonight at 8 o'clock, and the net again on Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock. And I forgot the ID. Let's see, what was it? WB3AKC in the group, W4MC. And Tom, all I can say about the loop is, you know, a buddy of mine over here, N4LU, not too far down the list from Steve, he's got a 160-meter inverted V hanging about 80 feet off a 100-foot tower. And he's 2 miles from WTZQ. I think they run about 4 or 5 kilowatts. He's got almost 20 volts of AC on his antenna. So, and you put up that loop with that station next door. I don't know. I wonder how much voltage you're going to have at your rig there. I know you got that broadcast band filter on. That might, I'm sure that knocks quite a bit of it down. But when you got a monster signal like that, it might be difficult. So, anyway. Thanks for everybody that checked in the Old Friends Net today. Well, we'll look for you later on, and I hope to see you on Tuesday morning. 7-3 off, and take it easy, try and stay warm. It's W4MEC and the Old Friends Net. Bye-bye.
It's N4LQ. Jack, WB3 AKC, just wanted to let you know if you need any help getting a boat anchor transmitter going, just let me know. Be glad to help out. And DX40 would do just fine. See you later.
Good hearing from you. I was trying to wait till I had a real boat anchor to put on the air, but I'll be waiting forever over here at this point. So it's funny, I've got a 15991A that I'm running. And I tried to get on AM with that, but there's no modulation. I get carrier, and that actually seems to be a common problem with that rig. I think it's in the settings, so I just went back to my rusty old icon. 7-3s, everybody. Great talking to you. I'm making it again. WB3AKC clear.
The audio's just fine on that icon, and if you get a DX40 on the air, you'll probably sound just as good or better. 73 is N4LQ.
Jack, in N4 WB3AKC KZ4B here, you are very close to me. You said you're at Denver, just up 16, just a little bit. I'll bet you're not 20 miles from me, and you're really booming in, and the ICOM does sound great. So whatever antenna you're using is definitely working good for the short hop anyway. So everybody stay warm. KZ4, be clear.